Hello, it's Matthew from Supply Me Limited. Quick video to discuss with you the five biggest things that affect health and safety at work. Okay, often people think of health and safety as quite a dry topic. I love it. So I'm not going to do this in any hierarchy. Okay, they're all relevant. Okay, they're all same level of reason, but the five biggest things, not one, two, three, four, but five biggest things that affect health and safety at work. Okay, what we've found anyway. So, first is time. A lot of businesses do not have the time to invest in health and safety. Okay, that job to-do list just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And at the bottom, low priority, health and safety. Okay, people don't invest time in getting it right. They don't invest time in efficient training. Okay, a lot of people do training as a last resort or the quickest way. So time is a big factor about health and safety. Number two, cost. Yeah, control measures do cost money. Okay, there is a hidden cost somewhere down the pipeline. However, it's that balancing act. Cost versus effect. If you do not put that level of money or funding in to a suitable control measure, that effect will get greater and greater and greater and greater and greater. Okay, so for example, you've got a joinery workshop, and the guard of a circular saw is not working. So instead of investing money into getting a proper guard to replace, that guard is left off. That machine continues to work because productivity, yes, can't stop productivity. Then the joiner's hand is getting closer and closer to the circular saw, and eventually fingertips gone. If the employer had stopped the machine and invested money to get that guard fixed or a replacement guard, wouldn't have fingers cut off. Okay, so cost. There is a hidden cost, yes, but it's cost versus effect. Okay, you've got to invest money to get in that effect lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. Okay, get that balancing act. All right. Training. Now, health and safety training is a legal requirement for everyone. Okay, for everyone. In part of that training is how to do risk assessment, how to use electrical appliances properly, what to do in the event of a fire. Okay, it's all training. If a person is not trained properly, then the risk of things happening goes up and up and up and up. Okay, it's like, for example, I don't know, me bleeding out of an artery and it's pumping blood absolutely everywhere. Okay, if I don't have a qualified first aider to wrap a bandage round or apply a tourniquet if needed, because they are trained properly, if I don't have that proper trained first aider, what's going to happen to me? All right. So training is a legal requirement as per Health and Safety at Work Act. But if they are not trained properly, then health and safety is at risk. Okay, so we've got to have training there. Training should be a priority, should be up there. All right. Weather. Now, the fourth thing that can affect health and safety at work or in personal time is weather. There's 4 different seasons in a year. Okay, spring, summer, autumn, winter. Have you ever noticed how them seasons affects health and safety? Yeah. One of my favourite hobbies is people watching. I love people watching. Brilliant stuff. Okay, sit me in a coffee shop with a cup of coffee and I'll just look out the window. I could do that all day. Why? Because people do stupid stuff sometimes. Absolutely. Okay, pen on weather. If it's raining, what do people do? They rush. Why do they rush? Why does that person rush across the road if it's raining? Why? Because they don't want to get their hair wet. Obviously, I sympathise with that person. Okay, but it's wet, So therefore, the risk of an occurrence happening increases. Risk of an accident happening increases. Okay. Risk of slips and trips increases because of wet flooring. All right. Have you ever noticed how people move when it's sunny? People move slower. Okay. Why? It's nice and warm. I'll take more time. Okay. So weather has a massive impact on health and safety. Complacency. Love this one. Complacency. People get complacent. Okay. I've done this job for many, many, many years. Nothing's ever happened yet. No, but it could do. How do you know? Do you have a crystal ball in front of you that could tell the future? No. Okay. So how do you know what could happen? Yeah. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean to say it's not going to happen in the near future. People get complacent. People take shortcuts. Now, I learned a fantastic legal term. I did GCSE law in sixth form, and this term has never left my brain. Okay, this term is called a frolic of your own. A frolic of your own. Never forgot it. Beautiful term. Okay, so explain. There are instructions in place set by the employer, set by a manufacturer of a piece of equipment, whoever. If a person, out of their greatest wisdom, chooses not to follow instructions, and then an accident occurs, who do we think's to blame? Because it's not the manufacturer, they've provided instructions. It's not the employer, because they've provided instructions. It might be partly employer, because employer has a legal requirement under Health and Safety Work Act to supervise staff, okay, to make sure they follow instructions. So there might be partial blame to the employer, but there's a lot of blame to the individual. The individual can be prosecuted by HSE and other enforcement authorities if they choose not to follow instructions. Okay, so classic example. Okay, there is a long winding path to get in a building. Okay, the winding path is the safest route deemed by the employer, competent person, whoever. Okay, out of my greatest wisdom, I'm in a rush. Okay, linking back to time again. Okay, time affects health and safety. So I'm in a rush. I'm going to cut across that grass. Okay, I slip over. I break my ankle. I try and sue the employer or the competent person for breaking my ankle. What do you think is going to happen? Nothing. Why? Because I chose as an individual to go across that grass. I chose to break my ankle. I did not invest the time to take the long winding path. Okay, so by having signs saying do not walk on grass, it may be slippy. Caution, may be slippy. Caution, mind your head. Yes, there are instructions in place, but if that person chooses to ignore instructions, it's their fault. Okay, so a frolic of your own. It's on a frolic of your own, meaning on your own head be it. But there've got to be instructions in place. If them instructions are not in place, then the employer / competent person / manufacturer of equipment can be responsible. Okay, can be prosecuted because of instructions are in place. If them instructions are in place and that individual chooses not to follow instructions, then it's a frolic of your own, on your own head be it. Okay, as long as there's instructions in place. Okay, so complacency. It's never happened yet, yeah, but it could do. Okay, we're very reactive as a society, aren't we? We wait till something happens and then do something about it. Supply Me Limited is not like that. We are all about prevention. Okay, we do risk assessments for businesses. We prevent accidents occurring. If we can prevent it, it's half the battle won. Okay, so 5 biggest things that affect health and safety: time, cost, training, weather, complacency. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5. There you go. Okay, so any questions? Give us a tinkle, no problem. Phone number 0113 479 0810. Email support@supply-me.co.uk. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and we'll hopefully see you again soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.